Alright, welcome to the podcast. I guess the only thing that's worth talking about, at least in my view right now, is Daniel Tosh and this goddamn rape scenario that's been going on. And I really hate that right off the bat, is you've been hearing people talk about Daniel Tosh rape, this rape scenario, and all that bullshit, like he actually raped someone. All he did was make rape jokes, and he fucking said something that is so over the top to an audience member, to a heckler, to someone who is insulting and interfering with his art. He said something so over the top that it should only be construed as a joke and nothing more. He said, what did he say? He said something like there was some lady who was heckling him, and he said something to the effect of, wouldn't it be hilarious, because she was heckling him because he was telling a rape joke. We all know the story, so he said she should be raped by like 5 guys or whatever. There's no reason to really reiterate. And the fucking fallout this guy's had to put up with since this happened. He's just some nerdy, trendy hipster fuck. I'll be honest, I don't like him as a comedian. Personally, he just doesn't make me laugh. I don't like tosh.o. I don't want to sit around with commercial breaks and wait half an hour to see 3 videos that I would watch in 3 minutes on YouTube. But whatever, people seem to like this guy. And all of a sudden, he makes a rape joke, and people, they lose their fucking minds. And they act like he was caught in the act. Just pants down, in an alleyway, just pummeling some girl, when all he did was say something that, I don't know, I guess wasn't funny. I don't even know, because first off, I wasn't there. I don't think there's any video of it. I haven't been able to find any. Of course, I barely looked. I just typed it into Google, and it didn't pop up, so maybe that's it. But what I really hate whenever something like this pops up is the feminist groups and all just the bitches that start to come out, and they're so happy that a man is under the bus that they're not even using common sense, they're not thinking, they're just fucking angry. And let's see, I'm on CNN.com, and the title is "When Rape Jokes Aren't Funny." Who's the author of this? Let's see. I guess Julia Burton and Michelle Kinsey Bruns, since they're the ones. Okay, editor's note. Julia Burton is president of the Women's Media Center. Michelle Kinsey Bruns is online manager of the Women's Media Center. Both are longtime feminist activists and organizers. Shouldn't they be the last person we ask about this issue then? They can't have an impartial opinion. They're immediately, if they read the headline to this story, they immediately jump to a conclusion of what the outcome should be for this guy. And by the way, I'm looking at his picture on the CNN ad. There's nothing more enraging than a fucking handsome millionaire dude. I can never compete with this guy. He's got like a thick neck, a nice smile, like kind of ostrich looking eyes, but I'm sure the girls like that. And he's worth like 80 million. That's so fucking enraging. But besides the point, I hope his show gets canceled. But besides the point, yeah, but these girls are completely biased right away. And when rape jokes aren't funny, when the delivery's bad, that's about the only time. 2 Jews walked into a bar, they were raped. That's not a funny joke, but that's kind of incidental that it was about rape. When the comedian Daniel Tosh reportedly singled out a woman in his audience and suggested, according to a blog post that recounted. And what's another fucking thing? Like with Tracy Morgan, when he allegedly, I say allegedly, because I bet Tracy Morgan probably said everything that he was accused of saying, but are we really gonna in this day and age with so much readily available technology just take testimonials from people when they say someone said something? Show me the fucking video. Play me the audio. I'm not gonna believe somebody said that Tracy Morgan said he was gonna beat up his son if he was gay and stab him with a knife, which sounds like something Tracy Morgan would say, but I'm not going to believe it, and I'm not going to let you make him go on an apology tour and risk his career. That just seems like the most illogical thing for anyone to do, to just pummel this guy because he allegedly said something, when there was no evidence that Tracy Morgan ever said any of those things. And now I'm guessing it's turning out that it's a blogger posting that he said these things. And again, yeah, they're probably true. I doubt somebody would be brazen enough to lie about someone's character, and for him to go with it. But the thing is that, I mean, that's something that's recorded by the human mind, and in a moment of great stress, and it's not really reliable. So the fact that he's already got his career under threat at this point is just fucking stupid. And Comedy Central should stand up for him better. Okay, let me back to the article. According to the blog post that recanted the incident, it would be funny if she got raped. It would be funny if she got raped by like 5 guys right now. The online reaction was swift, heated, and often split down gender lines. That's maybe understandable, but again, that's just bitches coming out of the woodwork, and they're happy that they get to fuck with some man. That's it. That's not even... If the joke was reversed, the women would be laughing, and men are more fun, so we'd probably be laughing too if he was making fun of a guy, saying wouldn't it be funny if he got raped, of course, by other guys, because it's not funny if a guy gets raped by women, it's just hot. Let's see, speech or heckling etiquette. Many women, and virtually all feminists, big fucking shocker, said these topics were distractions, at best, from the sheer offensiveness of Tosh's attack. It's not an attack, alright? This is something that's so annoying about feminists, is how they so quickly trivialize femininity, and they've done this their whole lives. All of a sudden, feminists like to wear pantsuits, they put shoulder pads in like they play football. They want to remove their femininity, and they want to trivialize the fact that this wasn't an attack. There have been women in this world that have been the victims of a truly vicious attack, alright? And they would have traded anything to receive what Daniel Tosh gave this dumb broad in the audience that night versus what they got. Just say it was a harsh verbal statement. Don't say it's an attack. An attack is being held, again, like I said, being held down in an alleyway somewhere and having horrific, unspeakable things happen to you. Not fucking some dumb, way too handsome white boy who's just saying something stupid to make people laugh around him. And again, I don't like the guy, but I am defending him. As we at the Women's Media Center watch hundreds of users comment on our Facebook post about the incident, God, that must be a fun place to hang out. We saw the same disconnect. Disconnect? Okay. I almost read discontent, but that's because I'm a dyslexic asshole. Quite a few of the women who shared our post said they were doing so in hopes that the husband or boyfriend would finally understand why I won't watch Tosh's show with him. Well, I wouldn't watch Tosh's show because I don't think it's funny, but whatever. Some even tagged their husbands or boyfriends to be sure. See, again, this is nothing to do with the joke. This is women who, they want to just fucking push a guy under the bus, and they're trying to prove a point, and they actually have a chance to achieve dominance in this one scenario, and they want to win. This has nothing to do with anything that he did. He's just the unlucky fuck that happens to have a dick that is now under the scorn of women across the country now. This has nothing to do with anything again. That's all it is the fact that he's just the unfortunate guy who's getting the woman's heat. That's it. Again, they're proving my point. This has nothing to do with what he said. It's the fact that because there are so many people who have made so many rape jokes and got no shit for it. Actually, case in point,
lots of groups in this country want to tell you how to talk, tell you what you can't talk about. Well, sometimes they'll say, well, you can talk about something, but you can't joke about it. say you can't joke about something because it's not funny. Comedians run into that shit all the time. Like rape, they'll say you can't joke about rape. Rape's not funny. I say, fuck you, I think it's hilarious. How do you like that? Every now and then you run into a story that says some guy broke into a house, stole a lot of things, and while he was in there, he raped an 81-year-old woman. And I'm thinking to myself, why? What the fuck kind of a social life does this guy have?
Exactly. And by the way, when did George Carlin make that joke? In like 1996? Where was that fallout? Or where's the fallout for all the actors that play rapists? Why don't they get shit for it? That's just entertainment in the long run. You can say it's compelling and interesting, and oftentimes it is. I mean, I loved Cape Fear, and in that movie, Robert De Niro plays a horrible, despicable man. He bites a piece of a woman's face off when he brutally beats her and rapes her. It's a really hard scene to stomach, but you understand it's a part of a craft, and even though it's uncomfortable, it's a part of the movie. And I'm going to do a second part to this because YouTube only allows me about 10-minute uploads if I'm lucky. So, part 2 coming up.